Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, bro?
Hey, state your city and state for me.
Columbus, Georgia.
It is 10:07 a.m. and it is September 9th. How'd you hear about it? Oh, you said, you,
Long time
yeah,
father, bro.
yeah.
Long time father.
Okay, what's up, man?
Yeah, so I went to court one day. What they do, I tried to argue a couple of different cases. One was the Carfagno factors in New Jersey. I was just trying to get the judge to modify the restraining order so that way I get time to share with the children. I wasn't asking to dissolve it because I know it's a whole different process. So
So
because I
they,
didn't
so
meet
they
the
actually
judge,
went forward with a hearing with you not having an attorney.
yes, yes, they did.
Okay, um, okay, and your attorney was from up there.
Yeah, it's a New Jersey attorney.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So they said that I couldn't argue the Carfagno factors because I didn't give that judge the transcripts from the last hearing because it was a different judge they gave.
This is why I told you I would have adjourned it and we would have prepared a motion to present your case. The unfortunate is that a lot of you fathers think that you can say, I'm gonna just take this down there. And they won't tell you you couldn't do that. They would just say, well, I'm not going to accept that. But they're not going to say, well, did you serve them a copy? Well, I can't accept it then. They're not going to say that. So they're not going to allow you to learn from your mistakes by simply telling you you're making a mistake. That's why I said we should have adjourned it. But go ahead.
Yeah, so they wouldn't let me argue that. So really, truly, after that, I didn't have much of an argument after that. So what's it called? She was just trying to advocate that I do not get any time sharing with the children at all. But the judge wasn't hearing that. The judge was trying to give me something. So she ended up giving me phone visitation rights, like a video call 3 times a week,
Okay.
at 45 minutes at a time.
Wow, that's
And
good. That's the longest I've ever never took 45 minutes. The longest I went this time was 20. Okay, 45 minutes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
then she was trying to give me 1 hour of supervised visits a month. But it was with a party. It was with a third party that was one of the mother's family members, and I didn't consent to that because first of all, I don't know the lady. She was trying to say that I do know the lady, but I don't know that lady. And second off, it's one of her family members. I'm not trying to.
Right, right. I wouldn't have went for that because you're in Columbia and she's in what and down in Camden, I believe you said.
She's in New Jersey, so right now that's like a 17-hour drive from me.
Right.
So that's a 2 day trip to spend 1 hour with the kids and then another 2 days back. That's 4 days out of my day. That's 4 days out of my week
For
to
an
spend
hour.
1 hour with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little excessive for me, so I couldn't
How
go
old
in
is the
on that.
child?
I got three of them. One is 4, one is 2, and one is 1.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Okay. Okay. So you got the oh, that's why the visitation is so much. You're 45. That's averaging 15 minutes per child. Okay, that's why. All right. So 45 minutes, 3 days a week. What time?
So it's like they're all at 8 and 7 o'clock. So we got one at 8 o'clock, and I don't know, one at 7 o'clock and two at 8 o'clock. So we got a Sunday, Wednesday, and a Friday. I think I got it written down somewhere.
Uh huh. So what is it? 15 minutes at 7 and 30 at 8, or 30 at 7 and 15 at 8? Because it's 2 hours. Or is it? So is the time between the hours of 7 and 8, or 7
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
8?
yeah, yeah. So like, say, let me look it up right now. So let's see.
The reason why I'm asking is if it's not specific, you want to file a motion for it to be specific because a woman would try. I just came up with a video title yesterday. Didn't make the video yet. A woman will always try and make the time you got visitation, something has to come up. So
Yeah.
let's just
So
say
it's
7 o'clock visitation. Well, we eat at 7. Okay. 8 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock, I start washing them up to get them ready for school.
yeah. So it's Wednesday 8 p.m. to 8:45 p.m.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
Friday 8 p.m. to 8:45, and then Sunday is 7 p.m. to 7:45.
Okay. And the judge came up with this.
Yeah, the judge was trying to give me an hour.
Yeah, I was. That's
like,
why you can't see me, but I'm shaking my head because that's a good. That's why I said, and the judge gave you this because the listen, your time specifics, one of the first. Normally it's I'm gonna give you 45 minutes a day. You and her work that out. God damn. No, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, your specifics are good. Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Okay. And as far as the supervised visitation, I'm dead with you on that. That can't happen. That can't. That's you're that can't happen. 1 hour a month. Okay. And so what are the gist of this restraining order again?
So it's a final restraining order saying that I'm not supposed to have any contact or any stalking of the plaintiff with her, and they put the children's names on the order also.
And that was the put in Monday as well. That was part of the final order, meaning you could appeal. Or was that already in?
That's already a final.
Right, that's what I'm asking. When did that go into effect? The final judgment on the
that final restraining order went into effect on May 7th.
For how long?
It's in New Jersey. It's final. It's forever. Like you could argue the Carfagno factors after a certain period of time to get it dissolved, or you can appeal within the first 45 days.
Right.
But at the time, I still don't know a lot of law shit. I'm still learning. But at the time, I didn't know nothing. So my attorney was like, "Hey, we can appeal it. You got to go get the evaluation did, which I did, which was $2,800." And then they told me that they charge $15,000 to do an appeal. So that would be like, $18,000, $19,000. And I was like, shit, they ain't got it.
No, I'm with you. How old are you again?
38.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. I'm listening to you, and to me, it's always amazing how women, the mind of a woman. American women are, I was looking at videos. I get up in the morning, I work out. As I'm working out, I'm looking at videos, and I'm looking at videos about the Philippines and Thailand. And every time a guy say he went over there, I'm looking at the different videos now. Earlier, I was looking at black people. Now I'm looking at middle-aged white men. Because every time a middle-aged black man go over there, he take his wife with him. But I'm looking at these middle-aged white men. Today, I was looking at a guy that retired from Canada, and do 400-500 pounds, and he goes over there and find love. He's like, and during the COVID years, I gained another 40 pounds, and he said the hospitals didn't want to see him because of his weight, and he was just big. And then he said he went to this one rehab place, blah, 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 and he's seen his wife, and it clicked, and they've been together ever since. And I'm saying, why aren't women, and I was looking at Lord Destro before that. Why are American women always seeking out foolishness and deception and wrong? And I'm listening to what you just said. You said it's forever. And that is why women do what they do. The laws in America grant women the ability to screw a man over. Yeah. The laws in America.
It's true. You know, I spent a lot of time in Jamaica. Not recently, but past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I tell you, bro, it's the expectations of a woman over there are way lower than expectations of a woman over here. Like
Right.
that's why I feel like that's why they sell drugs and they do all the shit they do just to impress these women because of the standard that they put them to. Like they make sure you gotta have all this shit. You gotta have an expensive car, expensive house.
The reason why they do it is to keep the business of it going. Every time one woman do it, she advertises it to 10 women.
Yeah.
So that's why a judge, that's why our perspective and narrative is we punch judges in the mouth. This is why I always tell individuals, I don't know none of this. Every time being that I went to school and understood law, I knew when a judge was doing wrong. If I told that judge that I was improperly served, he's supposed to say we must move forward with a hearing to challenge the jurisdiction and understand why you wasn't not keep going forward. But they would say, well, when would you served? Are you moving forward with the I wasn't served hearing? You got to say it first. And they just was like, how the you know all this? You and then when they didn't do it, I go file a federal charge on them. And then when I see them again, they always nice. They always the nicest judge in the world. They go from pit bull to poodle. I help these individuals understand. Everything you do wrong. It's like so. So their best advertisement are these women. These women will advertise this for for the courts, and the courts make money, and that's how and why it happens the way it do. That's why. And the best thing to do is to just constantly keep filing motions, and just every time they do something wrong, next thing you know, the federal court is saying, Judge, their secretaries, we got a letter from the federal courts for that case with Smith when you told him blah blah blah. Yeah, he wants your head, sir. How did he know that? So that's why women are the way they are. The best way, I'm gonna say this. I've learned something in my 56 years of living, and I learned this about 3 months ago, and then I heard Lord Destro say it today. But I was telling my man Dave Nutzer, who has a interest, in been a client of mine since October of 2023. I said, women are supposed to admire you from afar. You're not supposed to chase women. You're not supposed to smile at them when you see them. You're always supposed to have a stern face, and he's always supposed to have an inconspicuous perspective about women. When women say to you, isn't that great? You're supposed to have this look on your face like, yes, it's great. You're not supposed to show them they're excited. Women, the reason why women are nice by nature is because to attract men. So their job for women, a woman's job is for them to try to attract us. We lost that and changed the narrative. So now that I've been doing this now for about 2.5 years, when I go places that I go to on a norm, I'll turn around and watch a woman just looking at me like, wow, he coming here every day. He has a different car. He's dressed like $1 million. He looks good. He's handsome. And he doesn't say anything to nobody. That intrigues a woman. But when you out there smiling and kikiing and laughing and always trying to tell a woman what you got and always trying to please them and it's not it. That's not it. And the day they stop being intrigued by you, you dump them. You don't do this thing. You don't fight for their love. They don't have it. They don't have it. So that's what it gets down to. So if I was to ask you, what was the one thing that you wanted that didn't get out of this, what would you say?
I wanted it to modify the restraining order so I can get. I wanted 50-50, bro.
Okay. All right. So the reason why, okay, who put in for him to modify the restraining order?
My attorney did.
How much did you pay your attorney to put in for them to modify the restraining order? I'm just curious.
Shit, thousands, bro. I can't even.
Yeah.
I got the receipts, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Thousands, man. So probably like
This judge had nothing to do with who finalized this restraining order.
the guy who finalized it wasn't Judge Camilo or something like that. It was a different judge.
No, I got you. Same court, but different judge. Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So once again, they was absolutely right. You had 45 days. After that, it was final. If you could, me personally, if I could prove that at any point in time that I was trying to get the restraining order modified or whatever with this thing, then I'm going after that attorney to get my money back. Because there was no way that could have happened. I'm telling you. There's no way that could have happened. No way. No way it could happen. I give you an example of what I mean, what I'm saying. I got a client in South Carolina. And she had an issue with her divorce that came up this year that she didn't execute after the divorce. And not realizing that I was fighting the terms of the divorce as opposed to her not executing the terms. She went to court and lost. And it wasn't until I sat down and thought about it. The divorce was final. She had her chance to fight that when she got the divorce. So it helps me heighten my understanding. And when I move forward, when I tell individuals, that's when was your divorce final? You said back in May. And I asked you, well, what was this? I said, because you can't take an issue that another judge made final to another judge. He's going to say, well, he already said that. He already made that final. So, yeah, I would. And here's the thing. Here's the deal. I don't ever want nobody filing any paperwork in court looking stupid. I don't want you ever filing a piece of paper in court and they looking at this and look at this. What the hell is he? What does he think? And they're not going to tell you. They're just going to say blah 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 because they always want to talk to you. They always want to get you. They always want to get you in front of them to flex. They always want to do that. So you may think, oh yeah, well I'm just no. They want you to think you got a chance. So that part right there is your no. And so what I'm telling you is, like I said, if your attorney recused themselves last week, I would have adjourned, backed up, collected my thoughts, and because you had us on retainer, I would have told you a better way. We could have discussed a better way to move forward. But no, but on the same note, on the flip, I actually get what you did. You didn't do wrong. Let me just say that you didn't do wrong, because sometimes, which is, I can't say this a lot. I would probably say this is one of the few times. Even though I just said I wouldn't have did that, I even told you when you said it. I understand why you went forward because you had it hanging in the balance. You didn't have no contact with your kids. With this, at least you got something. So you're putting your foot to the pavement. So
yeah, it's emotionally for me. It's draining. It's like because the last time I seen or heard anything from his kids was January 16th. And this year is almost over, man. I couldn't wait anymore. To be honest with you, I couldn't wait any fucking more.
No, I got you. What was the terms of the restraining order? What happened? What did she say you did? What was your version of what really happened versus what was the deal as to why a restraining order was filed? I'm trying to I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm grasping at straws. I want to punch her in the face with something. And besides that, she wasn't in Jersey for that long. So wherever you was at, I think you said it happened in Florida, yeah?
Well, we were living in Florida before that, so I didn't even know she was in New Jersey until I got the restraining order.
Right, but what I'm saying is she was only in New Jersey now since January, right?
No, she wasn't in New Jersey. Last time I seen her was in January. Was in Florida. So I don't even know when she got to New Jersey.
No, here's my point. She wasn't in Jersey. Okay, let me back that up. She wasn't in New Jersey for up until the restraining order for 180 days.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I would argue. Remember, I was telling you that because there's no way you even with a bankruptcy. If I move to Virginia and then a month after I get here, I got to file bankruptcy. I got to go back up to New Jersey to file it because I haven't been here 180 days. You got to settle. It's called you settle. After 180 days, you have settled. You're still moving around after 180 days. So I don't know how that happened. But once again, that's what I would have argued, and I was telling you that. That's number one. So when you guys were living together, when was the last time you were living together?
Last year, like November, I think.
Right. So she moved to, and so that means all the things that she said happened or have happened to have happened November on back, correct?
Yeah.
So you had not seen her in January, but the incident that she took to get a restraining order was what and when is what I'm asking.
Oh, the pictures are dated, so they're dated years prior. I have to pull up the pictures to give you the exact dates. But let's see. I got them on my computer. So every picture that she claims that I abused her, she took a picture of the injury, and I guess they're time stamped. So these are, let's see. Pictures.
So she used, you hit her is the why she got it. So it was because you abused her physically.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And she filed for the restraining order in January.
No, she filed for the restraining order in March. I think it was March 25th.
And you had not seen her since January and had not lived with her since November.
That's correct. So I'm pulling up the pictures now. So she has one picture that's dated January 31st, 2021. That's one of the pictures she submitted.
Wow. So that's okay. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, all of these are in 2021, she's claiming.
Right. So what does that mean to you is what I'm asking.
Shit. I told the judge during the trial, like, how she has all these pictures, she has all this evidence. Not one time did she call the police and put me in jail for abuse. She didn't call Child Protective Services because she's claiming that I abused the child because she submitted a picture of my child with a busted lip.
Okay, so here's the deal. Anybody would do that. This is how individuals get exonerated. This is how individuals was in court for 30 years. And then, they find out something that proves, this was wrong. So, an individual, did this and, do you have her address?
No, I don't have her current address. It's on the restraining order. It says confidential.
No problem. Okay.
It's not my address, but it ain't got hers because it's a restraining order.
Okay. You got my email, correct?
Yeah.
You're gonna email me just 3 with the date. 3 pictures with the date. You're gonna send them to attention Lydia. Okay. In addition to the pictures, could you send me the name of the court jurisdiction? I'm gonna have Lydia do some reconnaissance on what we would need to do to get some motion filed because you're not in the area. We have to mail them, and then we'll go from there. So today is Wednesday. Give us 2 days. Give us Friday, and we'll do a consultation, and we'll get some stuff in the mail. We'll start the next step because I don't know if there are going to be any fees involved and how you're going to want to proceed with that. So that is, listen, the perspective of court always is make your argument. Right? That's it. You got to make your argument. The problem with the average person, not knocking them, is that you think from the perspective of the moment. I'm a nerd. I tell people you're not going to find nobody that can strategize better than me. I used to tell people I'm a master strategist, and my military career is why I had the career that I had, because they would come to me and say, figure this out, Smitty. And I would come up with a plan and they'd just be like, yo, brilliant. This is why Atila LaShawn Bradley was brought to her demise. This is why my ex-wife, signed the divorce papers, but we got a divorce, but she didn't find out about it till 3 months later, even though she signed the divorce papers. Is because I'm a strategize to bring you to your demise. And part of being strategizing is putting perspectives together that no one has ever thought of to raise the curiosity. And for an individual to have gotten a restraining order based on evidence, the only reason why she was successful at that is because you didn't counter properly. You cannot come to court and say, she didn't do that. That's a no-no. However, information could be brought up to the judge and he can deny it. But when you bring the information to the judge, you must basically give him the understanding of what he did wrong. You actually put this order in based on wrong information. Now is your time to make it right. That's what it gets down to. Properly, though. You've got to put it together properly. All right?
All right, so let me write this down. So you want 3 pictures?
Yeah, just 3 with the dates. If you can make sure the date is present.
Yeah, they got dates. So 3 pictures with dates. What else? Your
restraining order. The judge that you have his signature on the back of the restraining order?
It's on the front. It says his name. I don't know if it says his signature, but it says his name on it.
Okay, do me a favor. The name of the judge. The case number, of course. If you can take a picture of this stuff and send it as opposed to writing it, like take a picture of the name of the judge and send it, take a picture of the case number, take a picture of the name of the court. We would prefer that better than you writing it down.
Okay.
All right?
All right. So you want a picture of the name of the judge, take a picture of the case number.
Yeah, you can take a picture of the judge stuff too. If you can give us all this stuff, but the pictures are obviously pictures. But if you can give us everything else in pictures, I would prefer it in pictures.
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
Okay. You said that I could sue the process server too, but I was looking it up. I don't see any grounds to sue him. I don't know if that's going to be another thing, because I want to go after everybody.
No, I understand you want to go after everybody. Nah, I don't think you can sue the process server. Even though the process server told you that he couldn't find her or something.
He said he was knocking on the door and she wouldn't answer the door.
He said that?
Yeah.
It's not written down nowhere though, huh?
I'd have to look up. I don't think that was written down. I might have got an email from the attorney that I was having at the time.
Wow.
But I gotta look that one up.
So I ain't never in my life heard of that. I know when you told me that. Yeah, if you can find that in the email, then we'll work on that. But let's jump on this right now, and we'll touch bases again on Friday. So Friday, just text Lydia consultation again on Friday, okay?
All right, I'm gonna send you those emails, and I'm gonna text you Friday.
Okay, all right.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, you too.
Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. A lot of you guys, a woman is doing you wrong and you think you're just going to go down there and say, that's not how court works. 732-875-91. 11. And please don't forget to check out that playlist and that video. Later, y'all.